Hey guys, HammerTactical. We're down here back in the gun lab yet again, and this is a build that I've been asked a lot of questions about. And to be honest, I've postponed it because it hasn't been my favorite. But let's try to push that aside for a second and go ahead and let's hit this hard on what's going on. Let's start the top off with components and purpose of the build. Purpose was I thought AR pistols looked cool. I was like, man, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build me one of those. That'll be awesome. So I got on RadicalFirearms.com. My friend just purchased something from there not too long ago before I started this build, and I was really impressed with the way it shot. So I went ahead and I went cheap. Kind of bit me in the butt, but anyways, went cheap and bought the Radical Firearms upper. It's the pistol length gas tube, direct impingement. It came with this chintzy quad rail. Had an A2 flash hider on it. I got rid of that. This is the Yankee Hill machine. It's the Phantom. There's a lot of really good reviews on the Phantom. And then it's also the quick detach for the Phantom M2 suppressor. Then for the lower, it's Anderson Manufacturing. Let's take off this sling real quick. The sling real quick, it's Black Hawk, single point. Got it like Dick's Sporting Goods. Okay, so Anderson Manufacturing. It's Hebron, Kentucky, the multi-caliber. This lower is 14116995. I have zero complaints with Anderson Manufacturing and any of their products. They're fantastic. And honestly, I got to give credit. Radical Firearms, they make very, very good quality uppers. I'm not sure the whole process, if it's just stuff they slap together or what, but cheap price and it's very functional. It did not come with the bolt carrier group or the charging handle. Those are two objects that, if you watched the previous video, I robbed those from my Delton. I didn't want to spend money on this anymore because, quite frankly, I hated it. And I was always just lending parts out from my other rifles into this one just to operate it to test to see where it was going. But charging handle, bolt carrier group, those are from the Delton. I replaced those, so these are permanently now on her. I do have the Badger Ordnance tactical latch. I like that; it's enjoyable. Used to have iron sights on it. Let's try to stay back on that. Okay, so it has the SIG arm brace buffer tube. It's like the extended length. You're probably not going to be able to see it too well. There's really bad machine marks throughout the whole thing. It's disgusting. It's like a 3-year-old got his hands in some Play-Doh or something. It's gross. It works. That was kind of rough getting a buffer that would actually function in this as well. With the lower parts kit, that's where this really hit the sack on being terrible. I got it from arstuff.com. They're awful. I don't believe they're actually in business anymore, and I don't care if they get wind of this. They suck. Their products are terrible. It's just all sub-quality. I've replaced some springs in this. I will say this, though. Their trigger is somewhat enjoyable. It's nice. It's better than a lot of factory triggers that I've felt on like Bushmasters and other things. It's better than the Wyndham triggers. No offense, Wyndham. But with the not the bolt release, but the mag release, the mag catch, every time you'd fire the weapon, your magazine would fall out. Maybe you'd get 2 rounds. You would hardly ever get 3, but you'd get a couple rounds and the mag would just fall out. So I went through DPMS and Midway USA and got just a new one. It's like $12 or whatever it was. Now let's get down to it. That's the components. If you got any more questions, Magpul K2 grip. I love it. Steeper grip angle. And it's got the trigger guard that's bigger. I like it. But I hate this gun. Hate to say it, but I really do hate this gun. If you're wanting a pistol, you really have to think about what your purpose of the build is. Mine, I was like, well, I have my concealed handgun license here in Ohio. It would be kind of cool to be able to rock and roll with an AR loaded inside the car at all times. But after shooting it, I realized, not really the greatest PDW if that's what you're looking for, because it's ungodly loud. It is just insanely loud. I started carrying earplugs inside on my keychain because I was like, man, if I get in a firefight, not that I'm planning on it, but if God forbid it happened, I knew that I would not be able to fire this thing and stay coherent because it's just goofy loud. I did switch to this flash hider, the A2 birdcage. I was throwing fireballs that were 4, maybe 5 feet. They were huge. And I mean, the first time I shot, I was like, that was awesome. But it's much better to be able to see your target after that. Going back to this quad rail, it's junk. I don't know who produces these. It's probably some cheap eBay thing that Radical just purchases in bulk and throws it on their low budget builds. But your ring right here, it comes loose. That's not fun because once it tightens up too far, or loosens up too much, it'll actually push down on your lower, and then your front takedown pin will not come out. And also, with that being said, there's a single set screw down here at the bottom, and if that comes loose, well then once this loosens up, now your quad rail's off, and when you have iron sights on here, oh, now your point of impact is completely messed up. Had a red dot on it for a little bit. I don't know if I said it yet or not, but yeah, at 100 yards you can hit a paper plate if you try, but other than that, it's my least favorite gun I own. And people really wanted to hear more about it, and people like to shoot it because, I guess they think it looks pretty cool, but I'm just not a fan. Eventually I want to SBR this, go through all the proper routes and turn it into something more practical. Another guy here at not Radical Firearms, but here at HammerTactical, he has a LWRC quad rail, and I'm probably going to get that off of him, and that'll solve my issues with that coming out of goodness, whatever. I hate this gun so much. It's really hard for me to sit here and talk about it. But once it's suppressed, I think it'll be more fun and more pleasant to shoot because the percussion, and it's awful. And I hate to sound like a little wimp. It's unpleasurable to shoot. It's neat if you're just going to pop off a couple rounds and not try to hit anything, but it's not exactly what I would go to for any real purpose. Anyways, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the descriptions or whatever below. And once I kind of try to figure this out, we'll hit back on it. But I just wanted to get back with the people that are curious about it. And the locals around here, if you're curious about it, we shoot at the range together. Dude, you can take her out for a test drive, and I feel like you're going to have the same exact feelings that I do. Thank you.